Start out in the man.
Hack, I'm going to go ahead and try to run through the Edwardsville lineup. Number 4, Matt Alaria. Number 12, Travis Evans. Number 21, Matt Turner. Number 44, John Weimers. And number 54, Dan Lytle. Shot tipped up, no good. Put up and in by number 44, John Weimers. He's a 6'3", 200-pound senior. Chris Morgan on the wing. Finds James Wilson. Kent gets around, reverses with a left hand. Won't go, gets his own rebound. And there's a pushing foul. On the call this evening, Scott Jones, Greg Renegarby, and I've seen the third guy, but I do not recognize the third referee.
And Scott Jones, and I'm not sure who that is.
Double foul. Greg Renegarby has called a double foul. This will give me the opportunity, Hack, to run through the Mount Vernon starting lineup. Head coach Doug Creel goes with Chris Morgan, number 43, number 21, Scott Gamber, number 55, James Wilson, number 44, John Nockey, and number 33, Kent Williams.
I'll tell you what, Rob, Lytle's put on some pounds since last year. Be curious to see what we're going to do here with him.
Turnover for Mount Vernon on the inbound.
He's going to run a little bit of that 1-4, take it down to the baseline and try to isolate Lytle.
Alaria scores off glass.
Alaria, he's about the third Alaria to play for them. He was their quarterback on their football team. Look at the upper bodies on these guys.
Morgan drives.
Go the whole way, all the way.
Shoots, won't go.
That's what 6'10" will do to you.
Gamber on the floor.
It's going to be a scrum. It's going to be a scrum. Rob, that's what that size will do to you. Morgan would have normally gone all the way to the hole. Lytle made him pull it up.
Possession arrow in favor of the Edwardsville Tigers.
Evans is quite a player for him, too. He's really quick. He was a good player for him last year. He came off the bench. Number 44, Rob, what's 44's name?
That's John Weimers, 6'3",
right,
senior. Nice defense by the Rams. Look at them get on the floor.
Both teams. It's a good ball game. Both teams are getting after it the way you should. We got to take better care of the ball, though. We're just not taking care of the ball. Because that press is really not tight on us. We're just throwing it away.
Edwardsville Tigers coached by Mike Waldo. He's a good guy. I think a lot of people in Southern Illinois respect his ability and his sportsmanship. Always glad to go up against a team coached by Mike Waldo.
The little known fact about the Edwardsville team is that the volunteer coach for them, who does
unbelievable. Kent Williams drives baseline, scores.
Old Bryant Wilkinson from Granite City North, who's retired, Mike was his assistant at Granite City. So now Brian's gone over there to help him. He's a West Frankfort boy. He's in charge of the defense usually. They've got quite a complement of people with that staff.
Well, the call goes on Scott Gamber. It's his first. Team fouls even at 2 apiece. 6:12 remaining. First period action. Edwardsville 4, Mount Vernon 2.
I'll tell you what, there's more bodies down in this game than there is in a football game.
This promises to be a very physical battle.
Oh, yes, most definitely.
They look inside to Lytle. He's a 6'10" senior going to Evansville. Matt Turner drains it, and it's 6'2" Edwardsville.
Edwardsville's got a good crowd here.
And, of course, the Mount Vernon fans are out in force.
Oh, yes.
Nockey for 3.
Bury that right there.
No good. Gamber
Good job,
with the rebound.
Scott.
He puts it up and in. That's a terrible call right there.
I thought Lytle was actually just falling, and James was getting out of the way, and I think he got James for pulling him down, which was wrong.
He's just got to let stuff like that go. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a Mount Vernon fan, but I really...
Well, that was more or less a no call.
That foul on Wilson is his second. He's in trouble. Strickland comes in as Big James goes to the bench.
Well, you knew we were going to have to use Strick before the night was over quite a bit. Strick's matched up on the point on defense.
Well, they call Strick on the bump. It'll be out of bounds Edwardsville. Into the Edwardsville lineup, number 22, Matt Flack, a 6'3", 180-pound junior, number 22.
We got McClure in there for the Rams now also.
Kyle, number 15, he's a 6'1" senior.
Waldo's running Lytle back in. That was almost intentional there.
Well, Kyle got a good foul. He's going to make the kid go to the line and earn it.
In fact, I thought they might have called it intentional the way he grabbed him. I thought he started to pull him up, but he didn't. That's good. You don't want to let him get it on the iron because it's got a chance to go in then, Rob. He did the right, that's the right foul. He grabbed the shooting arm, pulled it down off the ball. I can't remember a game where I've seen this many bodies on the floor, though, after just 3 minutes.
First free throw, no good. The big 6'10", Dan Lytle, returns to the Edwardsville lineup. He's going to play it at Evansville for the Purple Aces.
I think he's going to make a good number 4 player. He'll make a good 4-man.
Second free throw good. It's 7-4 Edwardsville, 5:25.
He's got a fine, soft shooting touch. See, the old Tigers are in that man.
Gamber from 3. Yes!
That's what we need. See, take a little pressure off the inside game. They backed off the double down on Kent when he went to the block. Scott's got to put that shot up. That's a good shot for Scott.
We're all tied up at the 5-minute mark of the first period, 7-7. Shot up by number 42, drains it.
I'll tell you what, these two teams come out with a fire and vengeance tonight.
Shapiro, another non-starter.
They got a good call, he held him. He held Kent trying to get around on the pick.
Alaria goes to the bench into the lineup. Travis Evans, 5'10", junior, number 12. McClure inbounds to Williams.
Throw it on that side there. So they try to run that side all the...
Their assistant coach got up and said, he can't do that. Kent Williams will go to the line to shoot 2.
This game is what you might call physical.
Well, you know, there's every...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say every possibility exists that this could be a super sectional matchup at the SIU Arena.
I'm glad Scott Jones is on the game.
Scott
I have a lot of confidence in him. I really do.
He will not let it get out of hand.
No, that's correct. That is 100% correct.
What I like about Scott Jones is how he talks to the players.
Right.
Lets them know what's going on, what he's going to allow, what he won't allow. Shot up, no good. Strick on the rebound, gets it to Naki. Pushes it up the right side. Down to Gamber, up and under. Back
there
to
it is,
Naki.
right there.
Shoots a 3. John Naki!
He drained it. Little in and out game. Naki and Gamber, that's what you want.
You got that right, Hack. We're all tied up at 10 with 4 minutes remaining in the first period. There's something on the floor. Gamber spots it. It's a contact, I think. It could be his own.
It very well may be.
Chris Morgan replaces Gamber.
The Tigers come in the game 9-3. I think the record is coming in. I talked to Wilkie earlier. He said that he didn't think that Mike was going to get out and try to hold it. He's got some pretty good players and good athletes and was going to try to match up with us, see what was going to happen. Good job on preventing the back door. They had a great set for the back door.
Inside to the big kid. He shoots over Strick. Short, no good.
We got to get on the glass, though.
Edwardsville rebounds, foul on Kyle McClure.
We got to get on that glass. We're just not getting on the glass. Hawkins going to check in.
Number 22, Gennaro Hawkins. What do they list him at, 5'10"?
Who's that, Coach?
Gennaro.
I'd say 5'10". 5'10's a good list for him.
He's a junior. He's a heck of a football player, not to say he's not a great basketball player. Into Lytle, he turns on Strick, shoots and scores.
You can't let him get it down there. You're going to have to try to body him out of there.
Hawkins on the wing. It's Edwardsville by 2. Morgan to Naki. They look for Kent. Hawkins.
Halleria on Kent like a cheap suit, I'll tell you that. He's getting over the picks.
Strick shoots. No good. Hilaria brings it up the court. He's guarded by Nocky. Gamber going to come back in.
Waldo's run this forever, thumbs down.
There's the big kid down low. He turns on Strick and lays it in.
Strick can't give him the base. You got to turn him to the inside where the help is. Strick was on the wrong side of him. He's going to have to three-quarter him and try to prevent him from getting the ball.
Morgan from three. No good. Lytle on the rebound. Here come the Tigers.
You know, Rob, our kids have lived in the weight room, and they've done a good job. Edwardsville kids, they must be living in the weight room 24 hours a day.
They're strong.
Billy Brockhouse, he's their strength coach.
They're going to pull it out.
This is some of Mike's stuff here now. This is what he likes to do. You can do this when your team buys into it.
Strick on the D.
Good
Deflects
job.
it to John Nocky.
See, he was on the correct side that time.
Nocky drives. Rejected. Strick shoots and scores.
Strick gets it down. Strick's going to be a factor. We knew that tonight, one way or the other.
Well,
you were 100% sure he was going to be a factor.
Coach Waldo pulled it out with a 4-point lead. From way outside. No good. Lytle. It's tipped. Mount Vernon's ball.
Off of Lytle's hand.
Gamber into the Mount Vernon lineup.
Evans is going to check back in for the Tigers.
Along with Weimers. Now they're going to change the call.
In the ball game for Mount Vernon, number 21, Scott Gamber. In the game for Edwardsville, number 12, Travis Evans.
They're going to give it to the Tigers underneath. That's a tough end.
That sure is.
With the overhang. We've commented on that numerous times. Well, we'll see what kind of a team they've got.
Good job on the backside help.
Hawkins diving for the steal. Can't get it. They've got the big kid out of there. We'll see what kind of offense they run with it. Lytle not in the game. That's going to be an offensive foul on.
I think he got it on Kent.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's right. Number 12. Evans.
Well, at first he looked down to Kent, then he looked down to Morgan.
Yeah, I thought it was on Morgan. Actually, I really like that call.
The mechanic of it was one way, and the call went the other way, I thought. Give him the ball now.
Morgan looking for Gamber.
See, we cleared that side out. Scott had him posted to the inside. 44 was on his left hip, and we cleared out the side. He can take him to the basket. 14-12, 1:28 to go, Rob.
Checking in for Edwardsville, number 30, Terrence Allen, a 5'11", 185-pound senior.
Check out the pipes on this guy. Look at his pipes.
He's got to be a football player.
Well, Billy Brockhouse, who teaches at Alton, is strictly the Edwardsville High School strength coach. That's all he does. He goes to Edwardsville High School every day and works in the strength program.
Nocky back to Morgan. He fakes, puts up the 18-footer.
Got to get that one down.
Lytle on the rebound.
Got to get that look. When you get that good a look, it's got to be buried.
Edwardsville by 2. From three-point land, no good. Williams on the rebound. He tries to fast break. Drives, shoots with the left hand.
Good left hand, going to the hole with it.
We're all tied up at 14 with 1 minute remaining in the first period.
That's a good shot by him because his teammate didn't pull off the ball like he should have.
I know what you're saying. We talked about that last night.
He stayed in real tight to him where one man could guard them both.
Exactly.
If he pulls off, it's an easier shot for Kent. You got to get wide on that. We've talked about that enough times, and I think our fans know that. We may push him back. I thought for a minute he was going to step back all the way. That's a pretty good matchup, Gennaro and number 30. They both got some
all
pretty
over
good,
Lytle.
They both got some pretty
Williams
good pipes
tries to steal. It's a tough ball. Williams has it. Oh, my goodness.
There's a scrum. How many scrums we had so far, Bill? Bill says that's 2 scrums. I think Bill's been sleeping. I think about a dozen. 2 scrums and a lot of times on the floor.
Scott Gamber and Kent Williams get credit for that. Scott Gamber came out, was all over the big guy. Williams doubled down on him. They knocked the ball loose, and when it was on the floor, you saw 2 Mount Vernon guys right there picking up the floor burns, getting after that loose ball.
This is just the beginning of a saga for Williams and Lytle. They're in the same conference next year. Evansville and the Salukis.
You know, we talked about that 3 years ago about Kyle Wyatt from O'Fallon, how him and Kent would battle
Oh, yes,
for
very
4
competitive.
years. That's another road trip we have to take.
I'm going to have to miss that one. I'm going to be in Brownsville, Texas, Padre Island.
Shot up and in. Turner buries a 14-footer. Knocking
Go.
off the front iron. And at the end of one period of play, Edwardsville 16, Mount Vernon 14. We'll be right back.
Frankie said about the duct tape. I'm duct taped in.
We're back to B.E. Gum Gym for second period action of the championship game between the Mount Vernon Rams and the Edwardsville Tigers. Edwardsville up by 2, 16-14, Mount Vernon possession. Naki finds Williams from 3. No good. Hawkins to Gamber.
Good pass. Excellent pass. Great job by Gennaro knowing that Lytle was behind him.
Full court pressure
by the Rams.
Long. Nobody was back.
See, now, Scott should have had a foul on that, and he should have laid out. Either he's going to have to try to block it or get out because it should have been a foul call to give him a three-point play.
Gamber from 3.
And you don't want
no
that.
Good. Lytle on the rebound. Oh, from downtown, Hawkins. Bad pass.
He walked.
He walked. Good call by Renegarby.
Good call. Good
you
call.
were on it too, Hack.
Yeah. Gennaro's really playing a ball game. Gennaro is really playing a ball game. He may not see it in the box score tomorrow morning, but I'll guarantee you, Waldo knows he's been in the game.
Gamber in the corner. Lytle lays off of him. Gamber will make him pay.
Yeah, you need to get a look at that.
Naki into Morgan. He's doubled in the corner. Back out to Naki. Hawkins on the baseline. Up and in.
Good job. He's playing a heck of a game. Great pass. Great pass by John Naki.
We're tied up at 18 with 6:45 remaining in the first half. Alaria.
He took him out. Old John took one for the team.
That was Matt Turner picking up that foul.
I'll tell you one thing. John took that baby for the team.
Naki's going to get to shoot 1 and 1.
Yeah. You got to love this game.
Evans and Allen return to the Tiger lineup.
Tell you one thing, Coach Waldo could put a weightlifting team out there, though, with the upper pipes on these cats. All of them.
Oh, they look good. Naki makes the first, and the Mount Vernon, is this our first lead?
First lead. Billy Brockhouse, their strength coach, used to be the PE teacher for Mr. Hartman at Carrollton High School.
Oh, my goodness.
That's scary.
Naki is nothing but net, and the Rams are on top by 2, 20-18.
You know, Lytle's really gonna fill out in another year or two also.
This is like a 1-2-2, three-quarter court.
Just a 1-2-2. We got into it that time. We didn't get beat on it.
Alaria from 17, no good. Gamber with a strong rebound.
Good, strong rebound.
Naki pushes it up, drives into the paint, shoots, short. Williams on the floor. There's going to be a foul on Allen. Kent Williams will shoot 1 and 1.
Allen had to be a halfback for them. What do you think? If he wasn't, he missed his callings.
He looks like he ought to be wrestling about 189.
Ooh. I won't tell you. I'm just amazed at the arms on all our guys. I know Doug's have been in the weight room a lot with our guys.
Williams drains the first. Kent's second is short. Nocky battles the 6'10 Lytle, giving up a few inches there, Hack.
Alaria's the third one in a long line of Alaria's playing point guard for them.
Timeout, Edwardsville.
Tom wants a 20.
Hack, we were
20-second timeout for Coach Waldo.
We were a little rushed coming on the air this evening. Didn't have an opportunity to ask you if you had any keys to victory this evening.
We always talked about the 3 keys. Control the tempo. That's all 3 of them. Whoever controls the tempo, and I'm not going to talk about rebounding, shooting, defense. Whoever controls the tempo, I know we want to, and I know Coach Waldo wants to keep it at a slower pace. And I think whoever gets what they want out of it's going to win a ball game.
I would imagine that Waldo thinks if he can keep Mount Vernon in the 60s, he's got a real good chance to win.
Well, I said earlier, I don't think this game will get over. It'll be 50 to 40 something. In other words, 50-49, 59-49. I think that's where it's going to be.
Well, it was 16-14 at the quarter.
That's a high-scoring quarter for them.
What is 16-14?
16-14, the Tigers. Get a little work done out here.
They're going to towel up a wet spot. I'll leave that one alone. 6:04.
That's my partner.
Remaining in the first half. Mount Vernon by 3, 21-18. They look inside to the big kid. He's not there. Long shot put up, rattles out.
That's Turner, wasn't it? Yeah, that was Turner on that shot.
Morgan comes out of there. He finds McClure on the right side. Down low to Gamber.
That 6 hit makes you get away from the hole.
Spins.
Good call. I thought he changed pivot
really
feet.
Did? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll quit trying.
I thought he changed the pivot feet, but I might have been wearing stripes when I saw it. I didn't want him to change pivot feet, you understand? We got to give the officials a good break once in a while. Tough game to call. Really a tough game to call.
That's one job I wouldn't want to have.
No.
Lytle from 17, short. Williams with the rebound.
So we got a handy space on that. That was the key.
Williams back into the middle, shoots and scores. Unbelievable.
Great move to the basket. Great move to the hole.
My goodness, he attacked the basket.
He's a slasher.
Mount Vernon by 5. See if we can get a defensive stop. He don't want to shoot that, does he?
No.
That's short. Air ball. Williams.
That's 2 ABs in a row for their squad.
See if we can get it up to 7 or 8 right here. Kent behind the back, drives into the middle.
Good call there.
Oh, they're going to call the charging on Williams.
Yeah. I thought that was a double. I thought it was going to be a double. I absolutely thought it was going to be a double. I thought they were going to call one on Kent, call one on Edwardsville, and I thought the basket would be good. I thought they were going to make the basket good. Irregardless of the foul, we wanted the basket's what we wanted.
I didn't even see if the shot went in, to be honest with you.
It went in.
I was watching Scott Jones all the way. You know, that's one thing, though. Jones, when he makes the call, he's emphatic about it. And you know that he's not guessing. He's calling it exactly the way he sees it. Down, nice pass from Lytle.
You see what he can do, Lytle? He can pass. He can really pass. They cut off of him. That's exactly what they did. We turned our head, see, and he just beat us down the basket.
Weimers lays it in. Morgan from 3. No good. Ball bounces on the rim. Here comes Turner up the right side. Kyle McClure with some great defense. He's looking up court. Doesn't see anyone. Decides to dribble it up himself. Drives, shoots, short, tips. Morgan comes up with it. Finds Williams from 3.
Count it.
No good. Gamber can't get it.
That
Rebound.
shot that Kyle put up, I'm sure Doug wasn't real happy with that in the transition because we took it right at Lytle. If we get Lytle in foul trouble, it's a little different.
Mount Vernon by 3, 23-20, 3:50 remaining. First half.
Hawkins ready to check back in for the Rams.
Edwardsville in a little bit of a weave. Back door, foul on McClure. He can't believe the call.
That's twice they've beat us to the hole. We'll see what happens. That ball goes into the middle, and we turn and look. You got to jump to the ball. If you look where the ball went, you're beat. That's what happened. You know the old practice drill we used to do on that when you saw the back of the guy's head?
Hit him
and the
with
coach would take another ball and hit him in the back of the head. He won't do it a second time.
That foul on Kyle McClure was his third. John Gogenauer replaces him.
This is early action for Goke. Usually we've been seeing John Flood, but Goke threw a couple in last night.
Shot no good. Lytle over the back. Naki comes out of there with it, gets it to
Take it,
Gogenauer.
Goke.
Dribbles off his leg.
That's hard to do. There it is.
Shoots. Hawkins. He sucked Lytle up in the air, drew
Got
the
him up in
foul.
the air. Happy feet.
Excellent call.
What was really tough for Goke is he just came in the game. And you touch the ball for the first time in transition. You usually like to get a good catch first. That's tough for Gokenauer.
He maintained his pivot foot and kind of danced around. Next thing you knew, the basket was open.
I think the people are going to like Goke next year. I'll tell you what. They really are.
Hawkins' first free throw, no good.
Come on, G-Man. Got to get the G-Man to throw one in here.
Second free throw, back iron, no good. Tip. Gogenauer comes out of there with it, finds Naki. Kent Williams is called.
Goke has been in the game about 35 seconds. He's had his hands on the ball twice at crucial spots. That's 2 on Kent.
I guess I'm going to have to watch a little more closely. Lytle.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say the big kid took a seat.
One of the better officials in the Metro East area down here right below us was Greg Grinkemeyer, Paul Valina. Paul's dad, Bud.
First free throw good by Shapiro.
He was one of the top officials back when I played, and then Paul he refereed for us forever. And he retired in '85 from basketball in high school level. He still and retired from college in '91, and all he does is college football now, Big Ten. He's over here to see the Rams.
Williams, no good. Gogenauer tips it, Gamber gets it, shoots.
I'll tell you what, Rob, how long has Gokenauer been in the game? He hasn't been in there a minute yet, and he's had 3 touches.
He's the kind of kid that ends up around the ball. He's got a nose for the ball.
He's got a nose for the ball, exactly.
Well, they're in a super bonus.
Pardon me?
Super bonus for Mount Vernon.
Right.
Scott Gamber will shoot 2.
The fouls are 10 and 9.
Yeah, they're leading us in that. Gamber gets it to go.
That's it.
Morgan replaces Gogenauer.
Tell you what, Gokenauer gave us a good break. He gave us a good break right there.
3:07 left in the first half. Mount Vernon.
Get in the hole.
Won't go. Mount Vernon 24, Edwardsville 21. Mount Vernon into man-to-man. Williams has a lariat, tips it away. Hawkins comes up with it. He's driving, lays it up, no good.
Got to get it on the glass. Oh,
Mount
we caught a
Vernon
break.
ball. Yeah,
Did you think that touched Gennaro when he was laying out of bounds?
No, I thought Naki knocked it out.
I couldn't tell. The official had me blocked. I thought for a minute it touched Gennaro. But we got to get that ball on the glass. That's what that square's there for.
That's what Waldo's asking Jones. Gamber.
Step up and hit that one.
Crowd wants Gamber to shoot it. He does. No good.
Too much time to think about it.
Shapiro with the rebound.
You got to boom that one.
That's a good point.
You get time, it's like it's just, it's instinctive. You're there, you got to take it.
Offensive foul on Alaria.
Good call. He tried to work Kent into his third. Kent held his ground. Alaria picked up his second foul.
Evans is going to return to the Tiger lineup, as well as the big kid, Dan Lytle, number 54.
Well, I'm going to tell you, after watching this ball game and having known quite a bit about Eastside, which, by the way, got beat by Marshall, which is not surprising up in Chicago. My 4 teams for the pick of going down to the Super.
Williams splits him, shoots, he's hammered, he'll go to the line.
Is going to be Mount Vernon 1, and not in any special order. I'll guarantee this team's got a shot at getting down to Carbondale. East St. Louis and the Carbondale Terriers, I think those 4 coming out of the 2 sectional complexes have got the best shot of getting down there to the big house.
Is that your sectional final for the East Side?
My sectional final is, yes, I think it's the Tigers and the Flyers. It's just too much talent. And I know Harrison's a ton at Belleville East.
Williams makes 1 of 2. It's 25, 21, 220.
And we've talked about our situation with Carbondale. I think we're the two that will be playing, barring any real surprises and upsets, right up here. Good pass. Good, strong pass. Gennaro's really getting some minutes tonight, isn't he?
You know, that's one thing about Edwardsville. They don't shoot many threes. They don't try to go to the perimeter. Lytle gets it to go in traffic.
Isn't that a soft touch? He barely got off the ground with the paper under his feet, but that's really a soft touch.
Rams by 2. Nocky to Hawkins.
Let's get a good look here.
Morgan finds Williams. He's guarded by Evans. Kent drives right. Shoots over Lytle. And he gets it to go!
Got it down. He got it down.
That's an acrobatic shot. My goodness.
He double pumped him. Lytle held his ground that time, and Kent was able to get it over him.
Mount Vernon by 4, 27-23, 1:15 left in the first half. The Mount Vernon fans start to get on their feet. They're going to make a little noise here as Edwardsville. Are they going to hold for 1?
No. I don't think they will.
Nocky comes out. Renegarby starts the count.
What we have to do is make sure that we pay attention to the cutters when they start doing this. Because if we jump to the ball, we're okay. If we look, we're beat.
You know, their uniforms kind of remind you of Princeton, and they're the college team that lives by the backdoor cut.
This is a lot of the Princeton stuff right here. Good job by Gennaro.
Hawkins
Good
trying
job.
to get a count. They find Lytle. He lays it in.
Good defense, but we didn't let the backside slip away from us.
Rams really forced the issue with a 4-point lead there. I'm surprised we didn't lay back. 20 seconds. Williams stops and shoots and scores. 15, 14. Rams by 29, 25.
10 seconds.
9. Waldo's going to get it.
Mike's going to take a 20, I imagine. Yeah, he's got a 20.
He wanted to get
that
Matt Turner back in the lineup.
Turner's his good outside shooter.
You know, they had Jim Doherty, the quarterback that's at Missouri.
Exactly.
And he hit the shot that canceled 1,000 motel rooms when he hit that as a sophomore year. I guess that was about, wow, I want to say 95.
I'd say 95, yeah.
They had Chico Brown, 6'8", 320 pounds.
Big Chico's playing at BAC basketball,
yeah,
but he's injured, I think.
He flunked out of Illinois, where he was at on a football scholarship.
He started some his freshman year on the offensive line, did he not?
Yeah, started as a true freshman. Edwardsville, we're going to count it down. 6, 5, 4, 3 to Lytle, 2, shoots, won't go. Hawkins with the rebound.
On the glass.
And at the end of the first half of play, Mount Vernon 29, Edwardsville 25. We'll be right back.
Good game, good ball game. Smoke that cigarette. All right. Got to get some smoke, brother.
At the same time that the boys have been participating and competing, so have the cheerleading squads. They'd like to present the second place trophy for the cheerleaders right now to the Mount Vernon Ram cheerleaders. Salem Community High School dance team for your halftime entertainment. They would also like to wish a happy birthday to Michelle Purcell, their captain.
We're back to B.E. Gum Gym. Second half action of the 48th annual Salem Invitational Tournament. The Mount Vernon Rams on top of the Edwardsville Tigers, 29-25.
Mike's wanting to run a little bit of that wheel like he likes to run, where they should spread it out and keep cutting, see?
You know, Hack, other than Lytle, they don't have a very big team.
No, but I'll tell you what I do like. I like Gardner, or Turner, rather. I really like Turner. We got James back in there.
They turn it over.
I just said I like Turner, and he helped turn it over.
Nocky guarded by Evans. Gamber looking.
Two teams matching up with a man.
Morgan, Wilson fakes.
Good pass.
Morgan puts it up the 15-footer.
Tell you what, fans are going to like next year and the rest of this year. James can really pass the basketball.
He certainly can. And I think that may be our largest lead of the night. 6 points, 31-25. Nocky harasses Lytle. Gamber comes up with it. He finds Williams. Williams drives into the paint, stops and shoots, rejected.
Big
Wilson
James is going to score.
Shoots and scores.
You know why James got that basket? He ran the floor. If he'd have loafed down, Mike's going to get a timeout. Now's the time the Rams need to make a defensive stop right now.
It's 33-25. If we can stop them here, chance to get a double-digit lead, and then see what we can do once we get up by 10.
We need a defensive stop.
6:47 left in the third period. Mount Vernon 33, Edwardsville 25. Hack, I got an opportunity to see former Mount Vernon Ram Robbie Dobbs play for Johnson City against Marion, and Johnson City drilled Marion 69-39. I think Robbie had about 20 points and was the most dominant player in the game in the second half.
Well, they gave Murfreesboro all they wanted the other night in a 4-point game, did they not? 73-69?
I was thinking that was like 64-57,
okay,
something like that.
It was a close game, though. Murfreesboro did a tap dance on Cesar-Valliere today.
You know, Robbie and one other kid are the only seniors that Keel Peebles is playing at Johnson City, so they're going to be good next year.
That bodes well for his future. Now, there's a guy who could shoot the three-pointer if they'd had the arc back then.
Keel Peebles.
Over at SIUE.
From way outside, no good. Morgan with a strong rebound. He finds Williams long, shoots, foul, he scores, he'll go to the line.
Great assist, good job of running the floor, and I know Coach Waldo didn't want that shot out of the timeout. I'll guarantee you that.
Chris Morgan comes in, gets a strong rebound, then finds Williams long for the assist.
That's what makes it so good with this team playing together.
Good to see Kent make that free throw. He struggled a little bit in the first half from the line.
The Rams were 4 out of 10 the first half.
Mount Vernon by 11, 36-25.
Help side, help side.
Gamber has Lytle down low. Across the top. Lytle in the paint. He turns on Gamber, shoots and scores.
He's soft. He's really smooth.
I think in years past, he didn't turn and shoot immediately.
Exactly.
Nocky from three, no good. Tipped. Edwardsville controls. It's a 9-point game.
See, we didn't get a good look at the basket on that, Rob.
Lytle fouled from behind by Gamber.
We got to get a better look than just going down off the dribble and shooting an 18, 22-footer. I mean, that's okay if it goes in.
After I watched the Johnson City game, I drove up the road to Benton and caught the Benton upset of Oakville. 55-53.
Is that what the final was? I knew Benton had upset them. That gives them both a 3-1 record in the league, in the tournament rather.
Lytle makes them both. It's 36-29.
Tell you what, Rob, he's got a smooth stroke on his shot.
He's a good-looking ball player. Evansville's got to be happy to have him signed.
They sure do.
Morgan finds Nocky.
We had Kent down there.
They sag off Gamber. They find Williams. He shoots. No good. It's going to be Mount Vernon ball out of bounds.
Rams ball.
Morgan inbounds to McClure. Gamber on the wing. Morgan from three. Yes! Chris Morgan.
So we got all kinds of people stepping up at the right time tonight. Gennaro just stepped up big the first half.
He came off the bench and gave head coach Doug Creel some really good minutes.
I'd say he'd give us a good 8 to 10 minutes. Got to work on them free throws, though.
Flack to Evans. Gamber three, no good. Morgan on the rebound. Good box out by the Rams.
Morgan's on a roll here on the rebound total.
Kent on the wing, gets a pick. He drives, gets it back to Gamber. He shoots and
Good
scores.
job on the give and go. The oldest playing basketball. Screen and roll.
They made it look easy.
That's the oldest playing basketball.
They drive on McClure. Williams picks up his third foul.
I've noticed the last 3 sets down the floor, Morgan is not giving any help on defense. He's staying tied up on Turner. If Chris sags back, and I'm sure Doug's told him to do this, we're probably gambling a bit. If Chris sags back to the paint area, then he doesn't get that drive. You watch the next time down the floor if Bill gets a shot of it, where Chris is playing tight on his man instead of staying inside to help.
I know what you're saying.
He never got down the pipe. I didn't know Turner was that good a shooter. They must have a lot of respect for him.
Flack makes the first.
Comes Gennaro back in for the Rams.
Alaria replaces
Turner.
Hawkins replaces McClure. I kind of thought maybe Kent would have a seat picking up that third foul.
He's got to play within himself now.
Flack makes them both. It's 41-31. 4.5 minutes left in the third period. Morgan to Naki from three. Yes! John Naki.
We're on fire on the three.
Just what you said earlier, Hack. Guys are stepping up.
That's what you got to do. That's what a good ball club's got to do. Help side. Good job by Scott Gamber there on the
Lytle
help.
down low. No good. Gets his own rebound. Jump ball. They're going to call the foul on Gamber. I think Scott Jones is saying, yes, Scott, I know you had the ball, but my partner called the foul, and I'm not going to.
back in. Strick's rolling in here for Scott Gamber.
That foul on Gamber, his third, so Gamber sits down with three.
We got Williams with three. Let's see if Strick can pick it up. They didn't get
Hawkins steals. Hawkins to Williams. He's got the breakaway. He lays it over the rim. It's a 15-point lead for the Rams, 46-31.
There's two guys that just stepped up. Strick and Gennaro made that go for Kent.
That was really a weak inbounds pass. Oh, that's a good block.
Good
I
block.
thought Strick
Excellent
stuffed
block.
him.
You see what he's going to do? He's going to call body. You see him? Watch his mechanic. Look at there. He's calling body. That's your easy way out. That's the old pass the powder puff, easy way out.
3:52 remaining in the third period. Lytle's first.
I'll tell you what, he's a smooth. Coach Wilkinson told me, he said he'll be a great four-man because he can face and he can step out to that 15-footer.
And he's a good passer.
Exactly. He can really shoot it.
His second free throw, also good. It's 46-33. Rams by 13. Williams down the left side. He's doubled. Splits him. Finds Naki from three.
Count it.
Yes! John Naki.
Count it. We're on fire. Burn the nets.
A 16-point game. This Mount Vernon crowd on their feet.
Good help side. Good help
Oh,
side
my
by Kent to the
goodness.
paint. They call it on Strick. Called it on Morgan. I thought maybe they got it on Strick.
Team fouls 5 on Mount Vernon, 1 on Edwardsville. They just don't have an outside threat. As far as coming back from a 16-point deficit, with their lack of three-point shooting that they've shown, the big kid reverses, can't get it to go. Hawkins battles.
I'll tell you, that was a heck of a play by a big 6'10 kid. He call that on Gennaro?
Yes. I thought Hawkins was battling, holding his own.
I thought he was over at Gennaro's back. We're going to the zone. I think we're going to zone him. We're in foul trouble. We're going to zone him.
Gamber comes back in. Creel's going to go with Gamber, Morgan, Hawkins.
This would be a good time to zone him.
Black, no good.
We'll
Not
take
Vernon
that
ball. Creel with Creel goes with Morgan, Nocky, Williams, Gamber, and Hawkins.
So far, I'll tell you what, Doug's pushed the right button so far. I'll be curious to see if we go to a zone down here on defense when we come back, just to protect some people.
Morgan from 3, no good.
Just a little bit out of his reach.
Plus, with a 16-point lead, I think we might want to work it a little bit more. Flack, no good. Lytle, they're going to call Gamber.
I'll tell you one thing about Flack, he's not bashful. Got James coming in. Scott, just get on out and go to the bench. The call's already done. The call's already done. You got to move off.
Scott's going to talk it over with Scott Jones. No good. Two-shot foul.
Two-shot foul, right.
2:49 left in the third period. Rams on top by 16, 49-33. They're going to mop up a little sweat. It is rather unseasonably warm here on this January 23rd.
Sure is, Rob.
And that makes for a hot gymnasium. And what a crowd they have here at Salem. Lytle makes the second.
I'll tell you what, I've said it enough times, but is he smooth or not?
He's got a nice stroke. Nocky guarded by Evans. McClure on top.
Take care of the ball.
Nocky gets it to Williams from 3. No good. Evans with a strong rebound. Shapiro. Yes.
Got to get out on him.
Cuts the lead to 12.
They're on a 4-point run on us.
Williams might take him baseline. He does. Hand check on Alaria.
Once he got that step on him, he's going to the hole. I see down on the stage my old buddy from Patoka, Bad Boy Bates. He runs the Shell Station at downtown Patoka. Best rummy game in Southern Illinois.
You gotta love that. Nocky into McClure. He looks inside, can't find anyone. Nocky on top. He shoots a 3. Yes! John Nocky! Oh my goodness. Reestablishes that 15-point lead. The Mount Vernon crowd gonna get a
Rams are in their
whipped
zone.
up.
Rob, I mentioned earlier, I thought we'd try the zone. We're in it now, the 2-3. It's causing them some problems.
Waldo's gone small with Lytle out of the lineup.
Oh, banks are open. Here comes Lytle back in.
Steal. Can't get that one to go. Morgan comes out of there with it. Finds Wilson long. He lays it up.
Good job by James. See how James shielded with the body? And Chris Margaret's had some great passes, full court.
He's got that awareness to look up court after he rebounds and comes out of there. Behind the back. Against the zone. Shapiro. Short. It's going to be Mount Vernon ball off of Edwardsville.
There was some action on that one. About 3 different blows were struck. And Nocky got the short end of the stick on that one. And he didn't even strike a blow. He received it.
Five, or excuse me, 55 seconds remaining in the third period. Rams 54, Tigers 39. Waldo's talking to Renegarby. I think Waldo might have wanted the foul on the rebound.
I think he did.
50 seconds. We'll see if the Rams hold for one. They might just go ahead and try to score. Williams guarded by Alaria. Blocking foul.
Rob, do you remember when these kids were sophomores, how we used to kind of cringe when they'd go for one? now you feel a little more confident. That comes with that awareness and 2 years experience. With sophomores, we just look at each other, and I'm sure Doug looked at Gus and said, well, we'll try it. Now when we try it, we at least get some results on it, which is a sign of maturity.
That maturity in this senior-dominated
Step
lineup.
up.
35 seconds. Nocky from 3, no good. Wilson can't corral it, and it'll be the Edwardsville.
I thought Kyle had a real good look at it because he was squared, his feet were squared, nobody was on him. I think John might have shot a little soon for us.
25 seconds left in the third period.
Back in the 2-3 zone.
Edwardsville.
See what we got to do though. We can't. You see, look where Chris Morgan's favoring Turner's side over there, Rob. He's favoring all the way out, which leaves Lytle too much room underneath.
Shapiro tipped. Weimers, he's going to hold a blocking foul. That's 3 on Big James.
Turner must really be a threat for them because we really favor him on the outside.
Turner's first, no good. Substitutions in the lineup. Gennaro Hawkins. He replaces
It's a good
Kent
move
Williams.
here so he doesn't pick up that 4th foul. Give him a little extra rest. You don't want to get the 4th foul. You don't want to get the 4th foul on 3-7 to go. I think they're going to put it on full court right here. See if they can get a quick steal in the basket. There's a big chess game going on here tonight.
You always get that when you've got a Waldo Creel matchup.
Exactly.
Turner makes the second 3.7. Morgan over half court, stops, shoots from way downtown, off glass, no good.
Boy, that was a long 3.7.
I don't think they started the clock.
I had time to look up at the clock and it was still on .9.
Morgan could have gone for the layup.
Yeah.
Anyway, at the end of 3 quarters in the championship game of the Salem Invitational Tournament, Mount Vernon 54, Edwardsville 40. We'll be right back. How's the countdown, Billy?
Rob, we're 54-40, 8 minutes to go.
We're back to B.E. Gum Gym for the 4th period of this championship game of the 48th the 48th Salem Invitational. They're going to try a little trap.
One dribble, Kyle, you cannot do that one dribble.
We're going to get some backdoor layups out of this trap.
We should, if everybody keeps moving, if we don't go into concrete.
Mount Vernon by 14, 54-40. McClure drives. Tipped.
Good call. Good
tipped.
Oh! Scott Jones overruled him.
He overruled Renegarby.
He overruled him. Judge Gamber will overrule him in his court. We got Judge Judy, we got Judge George, and we got Judge Terry.
You know, Hack, I heard there's going to be a new TV show. It's going to be called Judge Booty.
I've come back on that. That's my partner, Rob Wilt.
That's McClure's 4th foul.
John Flood coming in.
First free throw, no good by Flack.
Got my boy John coming in. Business will pick up now on the glass, I'll tell you that.
He's a great rebounder for a 6'2" kid.
Boy, he's got great instincts.
Flack makes the second. It's a 13-point game.
When John comes in the game, he's not nervous. He's ready to go.
And he's got those big hands. He doesn't give
tremendous.
you. See, they got a bunch of fouls to give now. That's just their fourth team foul.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, they're not a very aggressive team defensively. It's understandable that they would only have 4 fouls here in the second half.
What surprised me in the past, they've always kind of been a 1-2-2 half-court trap team also, not so much man-to-man.
They're going to try to trap right here. We practice against this all the time. Flood guarded by Shapiro. He looks, finds Naki. They try to trap Naki, can't do it. He's back on top, dribbling. Drives, tipped away. Nice steal by Turner, he spins.
Good job by James. Actually, that's our ball if the officials could have seen it. Scott was hustling, he couldn't see it. Garby was blocked out, but it went off Turner's thigh.
Hack, one thing, when you're hustling as a referee, your eyes bounce as you run.
Exactly. Very hard to do. How many is that on James?
I think that's going to be about 4 on James.
I guarantee you one thing, we're zoning her the rest of the way.
(54-41). Shapiro's first rattles out.
Tell you what, Shapiro's been in a lot of the action this second half.
They're not helping themselves at the free throw line. Second free throw, no good. Wilson with the rebound.
Good job by John Flood. Easy.
Woo! Williams, they're going to try to double him.
You know why I didn't like that pass? It was like John was hanging him out to dry.
Flood in the corner. Back to Williams. 6:10 remaining in this contest. Morgan, guarded by Alaria. They're counting.
Now go to the hole.
He drives. Lays with left hand. That's goaltending.
They're going to count it. They got it down. They got it down. Great job of clearing out the backside. You give the credit to Chris Morgan for getting down to 2, but John Flood and James Wilson took their man right out of the play, which opened up the Red Sea.
It was just like parting of the Red Seas. Chris took it to the hole, got the goaltending call. It's 56-41, 6 minutes remaining in this contest.
Chris did a great job, but he had 2 people helping him a bunch.
Chris Morgan looking like a guy that might be eating some pizza.
I'm thinking, that's exactly
Alaria
my thought.
from 3, no good.
That was exactly my thoughts on it.
It didn't appear as if many people went for that long rebound. Evans came in and knocked it out of bounds.
I'd say Gennaro's in the running for that too. We may have to double up tonight.
Well, after last night, I'm not sure they're going to allow that. Williams splits him and scores! Kent Williams. 58-41, 17-point lead, 5.5 minutes remaining.
Good job by John. See, he played the passing lane.
Lytle knocking bodies to the floor.
Okay. John
Jump
Flood
ball.
made a hell of a play there.
This big crowd on their feet showing their appreciation for the big junior, James Wilson. He's the buffet breaker. Shapiro comes in for Evans. Waldo's going to talk to Scott Jones a little bit. Not sure what they're discussing. I think that he's saying that our guys are taking liberties with his big kid. Shapiro from 3, no good. Boxed out. Wilson comes up with it, finds Naki.
It's going to be our ball. I'll tell you what, the action's getting furious now because Edwardsville's really pushing the tempo now.
Well, they have to. They're down
Exactly.
17.
See, that's what's hard for them to do, though, is push the tempo.
That,
They're not used to that.
That and their lack of perimeter shooting is killing them. They're the kind of team that needs to get a lead and nurse it rather than come from behind.
Speaking of Edwardsville, I saw their superintendent refereeing today the Purdue game.
Eddie Hightower.
Well, Eddie used to work for me a lot at Altamont when he was small potatoes.
They're going to call the foul.
Good call.
On
excellent call.
Weimers. That's only 5 on Edwardsville. They've still got 1 to give. Well, they list Terrence Allen at 5'11", 185. I don't believe it for a minute.
No, nor I. That's it. Come to the ball, look and face.
Mount Vernon, sound and solid. I'm not sure how many turnovers we have, but I would think not very many tonight, Hack. Flood finds Williams in the corner. Draws the foul. It'll be Mount Vernon ball out of bounds. Next foul, we'll shoot 1 and 1.
There's a good draw on that foul.
He pulled him up in the air like he was attached to a yo-yo.
Good outlet by James.
James into the paint, finds Williams.
And I mentioned this before. People don't realize how James... Go roll to the hole, James.
Draws the foul again. He'll shoot 1 and maybe 2.
Kent was looking for James to roll. James didn't roll right away. Had James rolled immediately, he'd have been scoring and Kent wouldn't have got hit.
That's a good point.
You got to roll. As soon as you feel him off your hip, you got to roll. Making the point about James, people don't realize how good a ball handler and passer he is, because he's always been said, hey, you're the big post man. But we've seen more and more good passing from him and ball handling.
Williams misses the first.
That's a credit to James and his hard work right there.
Four minutes, 45 seconds left in this contest. Williams makes the second. It's 59-41, 18-point lead for the Rams.
4:43 to go, Rob.
They're going to zone.
Still in the zone. We went to that zone quite a bit ago.
Shapiro finds Turner, no good.
Tell you what, we might be favoring his side, but he hadn't thrown it in the ocean yet.
Hilaria saves it from going out of bounds, guarded by Naki. He falls back into the 2-3. Shapiro, Turner down inside to the big kid, turns into Naki.
Good call, excellent call. I'll guarantee you Coach Waldo knows he's in trouble because he knows he's not a catch-up team.
That's one thing about Waldo. He'll continue to substitute, use his timeouts. He'll foul intelligently.
He's always working.
And he'll milk this even though he's down by 18.
Yeah. Had him on the release. Good job by Chris.
Flood, a lot of people think he'll be our point guard next year.
Could very well be, and I like that size.
Flood will shoot the 1 and 1.
I like that size on a point guard.
Hack, I'm almost afraid to ask if you, ask you if you heard the Illinois-Penn State final.
I saw it. I watched some of it. I was at my mother's over in Freeburg today. They had it on Charter Cable. With 1:10 to go, Sergio stole the ball, went in and dunked it, and then Illinois reverted to the old style and turned it over 3 times.
No.
65-61 finale.
Oh, you're breaking my heart. Flood, no good.
You ought to have heard my dad as I watched TV with him.
He bleeds orange and blue, I trust.
Well, he had one of them cans of root beer going up towards the screen.
Uh-oh. Flood trips. Flack, and he'll shoot 2.
He likes that dad's old-fashioned root beer, being a good German that he is.
Well, after the Benton Invitational Tournament, I ended up down
Kenny Irvin's fish fry?
Eating some fish with Kenny Irvin.
Been there many a time. Two things are good about Kenny's fish fry. Good iced tea and free fish.
The crappie was unbelievable. Your good friend Steve Stewart wanted me to say hello to you.
Kenny also has those good fried potatoes with it too, right? Where he puts the potatoes right in there with the peelings on them. Coach Law and I used to just live there and pig out on Saturday afternoons. Of course, I've lost all my weight since then.
Second free throw's good. It's 59-43.
I'm sorry, Rob. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Still got 4 minutes to play. Go ahead, Hack. I'm going to have to take a quick drink of water.
No, well, Bill made a comment there. He wasn't saying anything when we were talking about me losing weight.
You must be referring to Billy Allen, the best in the business, bringing it to you night after night, sports fans.
I'll tell you what, I've seen Bill move fast, but tonight he moved twice as fast. No longer will I say he's half-assed anymore. He's fully fast, right, Bill?
Naki drains 2 free throws. It's 61-43. 3:50 remaining. Inside, Black. Good defense by McClure.
Get on the floor,
Look
Mark.
at Morgan get on the floor. Look at Naki.
You knew they were going to the floor.
Yes. Yes.
I love it.
You see 2 Mount Vernon Rams down there picking up floor burns. It ends up going off Edwardsville's foot.
That's why they make that spray-on stuff called New Skin.
Used to have that other stuff that really burned called Tough Skin.
Exactly. We did a lot of freshman initiations with Tough Skin through my career. Hazing, yes, sir. 40 years ago, that was hazing. Turn and look, Kyle. See, he's got to look to the basket, though, Rob.
Back door. Nice steal.
You got to look to the basket when you catch it immediately.
3:20. Rams by 18. Shoot it. Shapiro, he looks. Morgan. Flack from downtown.
This game has a chance of looking like a romp in the paper, but we know it's not.
Naki has numbers.
It's not a romp. I don't care if we win by 15 to 20. People are going to say we blew them away. That's not the case.
Hack, we're going to need some fill stories because there's 3:02 left, and they're going to foul on every possession.
I got plenty of stories.
So you may have to start on one real soon. Mount Vernon going for back-to-back Salem Invitational Tournament titles.
The old SIT, sponsored by Mr. Cavaletto.
Naki, nothing but net on 2 free
And his fine
throws.
staff up here.
It's a solid 20-point margin, 63-43. We're inside 3 minutes. Evans from 16, yes.
Like shooting free throws.
Morgan finds Gamber, back to Morgan. He gets it over midcourt, guarded by Ilaria. Back to McClure. McClure will go to the line to shoot 2. Did anybody hear a final on Effingham Granite City in the 3rd place game?
Effingham won by 4. I think I'm going to tell you 63-59 or 53-49.
And the Centralia Orphans came through with a victory over Paris in the consolation final.
That game was a 5 or 6 point game, and Paris had a couple shots at making it down to a 1 or 2 point game in the last 12. Paris looked like they didn't want to shoot the ball when they needed to.
McClure makes 2. Evans, no good.
Get on the
Morgan.
glass. Turn and look, see?
Long to
That's
Williams.
the key.
He's going to take it to the hole. Over Lyle, he scores. 67-45. Well, we'll have to stick around. They'll have all tournament selections, the most valuable player selection. Flack
The hole.
lays it in. The Rams backed off, didn't want to foul, didn't want to stop the clock.
2 minutes ago, Coach Waldo's still coaching, and he's down 20.
Williams, he's going to take it to the hole. Oh, look at his ball handling. Gamber will shoot 2.
Good strong move by Scott to the hole.
Upcoming on the Mount Vernon schedule, Belleville-Altoff.
Big game Friday night at home.
That's the first time we've been home since December 15th. No, excuse me, December 18th.
Then the following week, well, then Saturday night, we go to the Taylorville Tamales, home of Jimmy Bell.
Yeah, we're all looking forward for that contest.
I'm going to have to miss that one.
I'm going to have to get a little backup, I think, for the Taylorville game.
Word has it is he's got a couple tackles waiting for you. They don't know you're going to send the secret weapon Bill along with you, though.
That's right. 69-47. We're inside 2 minutes. Hilaria to Lytle. He turns and shoots.
Oh, nice jump hook. Nice jump hook. He's going to be a fine player in the Valley.
Williams drives on Lytle, shoots and scores. Blocking foul.
Rob, I don't want to keep beating the dead horse, but Scott Gamber catches that ball in the middle and looks. When you look and face the basket, things happen. And I know I've said it enough times. Lytle's a fine player.
Well, next time we see him, we'll either be in an Evansville uniform or in the Super Sectional at the SIU Arena.
I think there's a good chance we'll see him in the Super.
Gogenauer replaces Morgan. Strickland gets Gamber.
Nice round of applause from our fans for Lytle and for our own players.
Flood's going to come in for McClure. Mike McClure was down at Benton watching the Benton-Oakville game. Evidently, I was informed that he coached under
Mike started his high school teaching career with Luck. He was the assistant coach when Oakville went to state with Gail Wolf. Mike and I finished up our undergrad together about 66, 67. I was on that 6-year program. Mike was a little smarter.
Kent Williams gets a huge hand. John Nockey also gets a big hand from this big Mount Vernon crowd that traveled up Route 37 to B.E. Gum Gymnasium.
Looks like there's 5 of our first 6 for next year out there on the floor right now.
Edwardsville works it around. Flack, no good. Gogenauer tips it. It's going to be Mount Vernon ball with 1:23 remaining. Rams 72, Tigers 49.
See, Mike, Coach Waldo's he's still coaching. We're going to line it up and release. Watch John's arm here. No, I thought maybe John would take Gennaro long. He was
get a
set
chance
for
to
him.
show it off. I guarantee you that's what you're going to see a lot of next year in football.
I'll guarantee you that.
John Flood to Gennaro Hawkins.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of it.
Just in passing, the good-looking freshman that everybody thought would star next year, Fisher, has left the building. He's no longer enrolled at Mount Vernon.
He's back in California, yes.
Strick comes down, gets the inbound. He looks, finds Hawkins.
Pick it up.
Stolen.
Don't rack him, don't foul him. Good job.
Flack lays it in.
Look at old
Waldo gets
Coach
a
Waldo.
timeout.
He's still coaching. But you see, there's a lot to be learned from that because it makes his kids still stay with the program. He's not going to let them get out of control and run up and down the floor. He's calling plays out. They're down 20 points. That'll bear fruit the next game then when they need it.
Well, after the Belleville, Althoff, and Taylorville games, it'll be back to Chagnon on Friday, February 5th, as the Centralia Orphans come to town.
I've got old cousin Rich Hacker coming over that night.
Is he refereeing that game?
No, Rich Hacker.
Oh,
Baseball Rich.
Okay, I'm thinking of the other one.
And Don Otness, the old coach at Belleville East, are probably going to come over. They want to come over and see a ball game, so I'll put my magic wand out there and see if I can get them in.
All right, Mitch is going to be there.
We better be on our best behavior because we may go for a raise. Bill better be on his best behavior. He's the full-time employee.
I'm definitely going to be on my best behavior.
I always am on mine.
That's right.
I got responsibilities.
Hawkins over midcourt. He drives into the
nice
paint.
Pass.
Finds Strick.
Great pass.
74, 51, 45 seconds.
There's not a selfish bone in the body on this team. Help side, good job.
Flood with a steal.
I feel like I'm getting involved in the turf. Look at John. He can handle the point, I'm telling you. Well, he can handle the point. John tried to step it up a notch too fast right there, though. He's been watching too much TV on that dish.
He tried to penetrate into the lane and lay it off.
Old John.
Well, they called the foul on Flood there.
You know, when you put pads on John, he's a pretty imposing figure. How good a linebacker you think he'd be also?
Excellent.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't intimidate me because I drove him. I know what he's capable of doing.
Weimers makes the first.
Oh, yeah, he can take me. Yeah, John can take me.
Second one rattles out. Strick comes out of there with it. He's hammered. He'll shoot 2.
Folks, we've had a good time here tonight. We're really pressing on things to talk about.
Well, one thing we need to talk about is the hospitality afforded us by Salem Community High School Athletic Director Scott Stewart and your buddy Cavaletto.
Johnny Cavaletto, Greg Grinkemeyer, their assistant principal.
And the Dean of Students.
Dean of Students, assistant principal Greg Grinkemeyer.
And Linda down in the hospitality room.
Oh, yeah. I teach a little summer school driver ed up here, so sometimes I get an insight to those ladies back there, the cooks. They have that big crappie fish fry up here every summer. I never miss that day.
Strick makes the second. It's 75-52, 25 seconds left.
Good job by Golkenar. That was good defense, though. John was all over him.
Boy, he drained that.
John was up on him. There it is.
Long to Golkenar.
How about that one?
He's got the breakaway. He's
How about
hammered.
the pass? Golkenar down the sidelines. You think we'll get an 88 on his jersey next year?
I don't think Golkenar is going to play any football. He's been on campus the last 2 falls and has yet to, what do they call, intentional?
Yes. Yeah, they called it, Jonesy called it intentional right away.
Golkenar's first is no good. 7.5 seconds left. Rams by 21. Golkenar.
What are we doing on our hustler on the game?
I'm voting for Chris Morgan. You guys can do what you want.
I'll go along with Chris. I was thinking it too, but Bill called the dogs off on that.
Well, I know you guys are thinking of Gennaro, and he did have a great game. I won't argue that.
He really gave us some minutes.
I just don't understand why you would foul with 5 seconds to go, down 22.
And I think Mike told him not to foul, because he had him over here telling him no something. And I think we know Mike well enough that he's wanting to get it over now.
Golkenar rattles the first one in and out.
We got to get John to drop a few like Uncle Larry, though.
That's one thing Uncle Larry didn't miss many free throws.
He could shoot him with his eyes closed.
Golkenar makes the second. It's 77-54.
Kind of like old Hack taking fresh fried crappie out of the pan.
Puts the 3. No good.
Rams win it.
Mount Vernon Rams, champions of the Salem Invitational Tournament, 77-54 over the Edwardsville Tigers. Hack, once again, appreciate your job. You did a fantastic job tonight.
Friday night, and Bill, good job on the camera, bud. See you guys Friday.
Bill, are we going to stick around? Yeah. We're going to stick around for the trophy presentation, and the most valuable player, Hack's going to make his way out of here. Yeah, they've got them selling at ridiculously low prices.
Yep.
And they're also cutting down the nets. Mount Vernon Rams go to 15-0 on the season, undefeated, ranked number 2 in the state. Doug Creel and Mike Waldo talk at midcourt.
I don't know if you heard it.
That's Athletic Director Scott Stewart.
I don't know if you heard it.
Showing his appreciation to the fans at this Salem Invitational Tournament.
Second place team, Coach Waldo, the Edwardsville Tigers, a tremendous tournament. We appreciate having you. Great job.
The Tigers pick up the second place trophy. Hackers on record. Hey, somebody printed up some new t-shirts. The Mount Vernon Rams pick up the big trophy. And a couple of nets. And then we'll await the announcement of the all-tournament team.
I would also like to present the all-tournament teams at this time. These people do not have
They're screaming Naki over there.
Second team players from Mount Vernon, Scott Gamber.
Scott Gamber, second team all-tournament. And that's a kid that came into this tournament with the flu.
From Effingham High School, Dustin Earhart.
That's the big stocky kid, number 53, the redhead. Had 21 in the opener for the Flaming Hearts.
Andy Bolts.
Good-looking sophomore from Paris, Andy Volz. Wonder if his dad can build tires.
High School, Chris Morgan.
Chris Morgan, second team all-tournament. That'll look good on the shelf with his second team Centralia all-tournament. And Cunningham from Centralia.
And now the first team, all-invitational tournament.
First team.
Players, please come forward if you're here. From Granite City, Zach May.
Zach May from the Granite City Warriors. I imagine they're long gone by now.
From Mount Vernon,
John
John Naki.
Naki. A huge round of applause for John Naki, first team all-tournament. And he was also first team at Centralia.
From Edwardsville High School, Matt Turner.
Matt Turner, first team. I imagine the big kid will be first team. Dan Lytle. Kent Williams should be your MVP.
From Effingham High School, Jordan Powell.
The big 6'9", Jordan Powell. A lot of people think he might end up at Vincennes.
From Edwardsville High School, Dan Lytle.
6'10", Dan Lytle. He's already signed, sealed, and delivered for the Evansville Purple Aces.
And the most valuable player for the 48th annual Salem Independent
Kent Williams.
Tournament. From Mount Vernon High School, Kent Williams.
Most valuable player, Kent Williams. It goes in the trophy case alongside his most valuable player trophy from Centralia.
Once again, we want to thank you for your participation.
And on behalf of Cablevision Communications, Bill Allen and Jeff Hacker, I'm Rob Wilt, Mount Vernon 77, Edwardsville 54, and that's a beautiful thing.